Hi, it's Tara from Sojourn Psychology. And if you happen to be a person that has a difficult time making decisions, then this one is for you. And like so many of our great vlogs, I'm just going to lean on an excellent resource from years and years ago, a book written by Steven Covey. And one of the things that Covey notices is, how do we make decisions? How do we weigh out concerns? So when we're considering concerns, Covey suggests that we could use something called a Johari window. Not going to get into defining it for you, but basically it's weighing two items against each other and seeing what meaning we make. The idea of an immediate concern and the idea of a non-urgent concern. So what do we think here? Let's think. Immediate, urgent. What might be an example of something that is both immediate and urgent? Number one thing that comes up to my mind is when I have to go pee, right? Like when you really have to go, you have to go. It's immediate, it's urgent. I think of toddlers, I think my toddlers, when they really, really have to go. And little kids, and they squeeze their legs together because all of a sudden play is interrupted by this immediate, urgent need. Another example would be just taking care of our primary needs, our physical needs. We need to eat, we need water. We need water, people. We need to take care of those items that are really required, necessary for us to just be alive. Those are immediate and urgent. As well, I would put into this category our monthly budget. We have to daily, sometimes hourly, consider the amount of money we have allocated for a month. And we just like weigh into that. That's immediate, urgent. It's a daily, one day at a time type of evaluation, immediate and urgent. This is my money for this category of my life. Another space as we weigh out concerns would be immediate, non-urgent. So something that we might put into this place would be like chores or weeding, these things where we can put them off because they're not urgent, but there's an immediacy. If I don't do my chores, if I don't weed, then my home, my garden is going to fall into disrepair. I'd also put relationships into this category. As someone who studies attachment relationships, it's a little distressing. Maybe people might not like this idea, but the thing about relationships is there's an immediacy there, but there's not necessarily an urgency, or so we tell ourselves. So we can talk ourselves out of doing those things that we need to do to upkeep relationships, much like chores, weeding. It kind of makes sense. Yeah, sometimes I just put it off because although it seems really immediate or vital to caring for this connection, I don't have to do it right now. Classic with this as well would be interruptions when we're busy and something happens. A phone call, somebody walks into our office when we're busy. So those interruptions can dysregulate us, obviously, because we're on task, we're doing something else, but somebody else comes in with something that may be immediate to them, a concern, something we forgot to do for them, whatever it might be. Or maybe they're just pressing in for a relationship. They want to share a joke, they want to share a smile, they just need something from you. And those interruptions are immediate but non-urgent in our experience. Another decision point, not immediate but urgent. For me, number one thing that comes to my mind would be like property taxes, paying taxes. Shout out to all the busy accountants for tax time. Shout out to my accountant for tax time. Thank you. As well, like car insurance. These sort of items that we have to be mindful of. They're sort of always on our back burner throughout the year because we know that there is going to be some urgency about these items eventually, but there's a non-immediate, space for them. Again, Something else that would fit is our job. It's non-immediate sometimes, but there's an urgency, there's a consistency there, there's a decision. How do I prioritize my job? How do I make good decisions in my evening so that I'm prepared for my job the next day? How do I balance my time on the weekends or on my days off so that I can maintain my occupation on my days where I am working? The final category of decision, non-immediate, non-urgent. Again, there's some uncomfortable things that I put into this category. Passion projects or hobbies, self-care. Unfortunately, I'm like pretty sure that self-care fits in here. And that's why we put it off, because it's non-immediate, it's non-urgent. It's kind of easy to put ourselves on the back burner, because really, is the world going to end if I don't, take care of myself, if I don't just celebrate myself, if I forgo the bubble bath, or I don't listen to the good music, if I just hammer through? Again, this decision point of making space for all of these different moving parts. How do I make decision for my passion projects and for my self-care? And how do I juggle that with choosing the job balance, with choosing the immediate, necessary, feeding our face? There's times where we can neglect that very, very important part, is very immediate and very urgent, as well as those things that are immediate, non-urgent, relationship interruptions, pausing, breathing. So decisions are difficult. There's a lot of information to weigh out. And it's okay to take your time to pause and consider, is this immediate? Is this urgent? Is this non-immediate? Is this non-urgent? Where does it fit into my decision making? And in what space, in what order do I prioritize all of the moving parts that I'm juggling? So, you, person who might struggle with decisions, whomever you are, times me, at times others, it's okay. It's really, really okay. There's a lot of great literature out there on decision making, because it's a pretty normal struggle. And hopefully this is helpful for you. Steven Covey, he's got a lot of cool stuff out there. He's pretty cut and dry, and he really likes to see people successful. That's kind of his thing. So maybe you want to check the guy out. I'll put some of his information below. Take care. Bye.